Welcome back to the Personal Foul Podcast. I'm your host, Colton Gesser. Alongside me is my co-host, Phil. How the hell are you, sir?
I'm fantastic. I'm a fantasy football champion. I'm a genius. Why am I a genius? Because I said that series was going 7. I did say both series were going 7, but Florida won in 6. That's fine. But the genius is alive and well. The fantasy football trophy is alive and well. You are alive and well. Let's have a hell of a show today.
Yeah, let's have a hell of a show. Your service still continues to suck, but whatever. We'll deal with your ass as we go. But yes, we are live, and we are going to have a shorter show. I have a dinner I have to attend for my father-in-law for his birthday. So again, a usual birthday or a dinner on a Tuesday. This family loves dinners on a Tuesday. Yeah, this family loves dinners on a Tuesday. So you know what I think it is? I think it's because my brother-in-law is off on this day where it worked. So you Dolphins people, I don't know what to say. You in like weird days. And nothing I could do about it.
No, I'm a Saturday, Sunday guy.
Yeah, well, other people like having dinner during the week. So that is what my family likes to do, and that's what we shall do. So anyway, we are live. We are recapping the NBA and NHL Finals, and we'll sprinkle in some of the shitty baseball from our shitty teams here in the New Jersey, New York area. So boy, oh boy, these teams blow right now. But we'll first recap the NBA Finals. It's more fresh. It is more relevant. And we'll start off with the big injury in Game 7, and that'd be early on, the injury to Tyrese Halliburton as he blows his Achilles out. I'm shocked it didn't go in Game 6. Unfortunate that it went in Game 7 to not see a closer game. I don't like Obi Toppin's comments that they were thinking about Tyrese Halliburton in that game after the injury. Like, I get it. It's shocking. It's unfortunate, but my man, you're still in Game 7 of the NBA Finals, dude. Like, you got to be, switch your emotions real quick. I don't know if it was like a cop-out from Obi Toppin. Of course, it made a huge difference in the game. You're playing a lot more minutes for a lot of guys. TJ McConnell did everything he could to keep the Pacers in the damn game. It was kind of fun to see the run because I think if they win the game, I think TJ McConnell has a real shot at MVP for the series, to be honest. Like, if they win that game, Game 7, Halliburton goes down. The way TJ McConnell came up clutch in big moments throughout the series for the Pacers and runs with Halliburton on the bench, I think McConnell has a legitimate shot at the Finals MVP. They lose clearly, but your thoughts on the series? I know you said it was going to go 7. Not to burst your bubble, a lot of people had this series going 6 or 7, so you weren't the only one here. It's not like this was a sweep guaranteed and you in the background yelled it was going 7. So I'm not going to give you all the credit in the world because a lot of people had this going 7. But your thoughts on the series? Again, it wasn't major media outlet teams here, but it was a hell of a gritty series and good defense, man. So your thoughts?
It was old school basketball. It gave me hope for the NBA because you know me, I've been killing this league for a good 5 years now. And I think it's because there's been no LaFrauds, there's been no Durants, there's been no Currys. The stars are out of it. Yes, there is Shea, but you can't put Shea as a superstar elitist top 5 yet. I don't think he's on that level yet. I do love how the series was played. It was a nasty series. It was, it had an old school, Knicks Bulls mentality. Bodies were flying. Loose balls that were going on the floor. There was a lot of jibber jabbering. The Halliburton injury was devastating. This was setting up to be one of the all-time great series. This was going to be probably like a last possession, fourth quarter type thing. And if that happened, Indy would have won because Indy they know how to stick the dagger in you in these close games. And it's an absolute shame that Halliburton got hurt. Halliburton's been one of my favorite players ever since he got drafted. I always said the Knicks should have drafted him. They didn't. They ended up taking Toppin, who ended up being on the same team on the Pacers. it's devastating because now he's out next year as well, and it's crippling for Indiana. I agree with you. McConnell probably would have been the MVP if they won this game. He played his heart out. They all did. I mean, you really can't pinpoint that, oh, this guy stunk. This guy was terrible. Oh, this guy played like John Mayer pitched. You didn't have any of that. You had straightforward, hard-nosed basketball. And I watched every minute of the series. I was so into it. It was great to see some, old school basketball again. I was very, very happy. The better team won. I mean, they did win 68 games. You had the MVP. The right, quote unquote, right team won. It was a hell of a series, though, and it's a shame the ratings stunk because this series deserved much, much more than the ratings that it got in this series.
Yeah, welcome to the NBA. If no stars really in it, I know Shea is a star in this league. The problem is he plays in Oklahoma City, so that's kind of the problem here. Halliburton's a very good player. He's not a superstar, I don't think. I know he made some superstar moments in this postseason run for the Pacers, but when you look at your bona fide superstar guy getting you 30 a night, that is not Tyrese Halliburton, as much as he did come up big for the Pacers. So it's unfortunate, but yeah, that's the way the league is. Been speaking of the NBA, we've had some action here actually the last week with trades with the season ending a few days ago. There's one today with CJ McCollum and I think it was Kelly Olynyk going to the Washington Wizards, and Jordan Poole
heading to Washington. Made the deal.
Yeah, and Jordan Poole going to New Orleans. Your thoughts on that first trade here?
Well, technically it's the second trade. There was a trade yesterday.
Yes, correct. Yes, I'm going to get into that trade. I say like the first trade as in the first trade we were discussing.
Well, technically it was, I think, during the finals. But with Durant, of course. Durant getting traded.
You want to go there? There's
I think
trades.
Terrible deal.
Please, your Wi-Fi is terrible, knowing that you have no clue what I'm talking about.
It is. I gotta go upstairs. This is a joke.
Terrible. Shame on you.
Hopefully, it'll stay up as I go on. But yeah, what was the other trade? I know there were 3 trades.
Yeah, the other trade was Drew Holiday and Anthony Simons. So Drew Holiday goes from the Celtics to the Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah, and I don't understand why Boston traded Holiday because they don't have Tatum next year. And Boston's going to win like 30, 40 games with that roster next year. Terrible. But, hey, that's Boston. They're probably like, let's tank. Let's try to get a top pick because that NBA draft is loaded next year. I mean, absolutely loaded. So, maybe they're playing for a draft pick next year. I'm actually hoping the Nets have 4 first-round picks this year. I hope they trade a couple of picks next year because they're at 8 this year. I'd like to see him get Derek Queen, but that's not going to happen. Oh, yeah. Trade some picks. Go all in for the 26 draft. That's what I hope they do. But as for the trades, Durant going to Houston, I don't know what Houston's doing. Don't they see that Durant is like becoming a cancer, so to speak? He goes to these teams and ruins them now. He did it with Brooklyn. He did it with Phoenix. He's going to do it with Houston. I don't understand that move. They had a nice young core. Brooks is a solid player. They're going to miss him, I think. And, Boston, I just think they're tanking for next year. And the trade today, McCollum, he's finally out of one purgatory, but going to another one. He's probably the most underrated superstar right now because he's just been on nothing but bad teams.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say, man, you like throwing the star word around. He's a very good player. He's not a star in this league, McCollum.
He can be a star if he was on the right.
No.
Oh, you don't think so? Come on. No. McCollum's a good player.
He is yes, you just said he's a very good player.
Or anything like that.
No, there's only like probably 10 guys in this league you can call a superstar. And McCollum is not one of those 10.
No, I didn't say superstar. And that's a superstar.
He's a very good player. I still don't think he's a star player. Like I put as a star player as a Tyrese Halliburton, and I'm taking Tyrese 80 out of 80 times over CJ McCollum.
No, I agree. I would too.
CJ's a good player, especially now that he's getting older. He's a good player. I can see him getting traded out of Washington unless they're going to be stupid, unless Washington's going full old-time vets now with Chris Middleton and and CJ McCollum.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they're doing. That's an ass-backwards franchise. They're a reason why they're in last place every year. Makes no sense.
So, yes, we had
we're boring everyone with CJ McCollum. Let's talk about the NHL Finals.
So, yes, we'll work our way to the puck. Another one that kind of everyone saw, I know it's your favorite thing, is that the American Cup.
America's Cup, baby.
As Canada continues to lose. McDavid had a terrible series. Brad Marchand was trade of the season and ends up paying off huge for Florida as they win the Stanley Cup in 6, right? Or was it 6 or 5?
Yeah, 1 in 6.
Your thoughts on the series?
Well, as I said when Florida made that trade for Marchand, not me, the genius said that's going to put Florida over the top, and my God, it did. And, I think we have a special guest here today. All the way from Boca Raton, Florida, it's my son, JoJo.
What's up, JoJo?
It was a good series, but you just knew Florida was going to win this thing. It was never any doubt that Edmonton, they just cannot get over Florida something. I mean, they shouldn't have won game 2. They came back with a few seconds left and then ended up winning the game in overtime. I mean, the thing should have been over in 5. Edmonton can roll through the league until they get to Florida, and I don't know what it is. Florida has their number. But Florida's been the best team for 2 years for, that reason alone. I mean, Bobrovsky, my God, the Flyer fans, you Flyer fans are sick because, man, he can stand on his head when he needs to. I don't know how you guys let him go. You guys finally had a goalie, and you gave away for Peanut, I believe. I forget the exact trade, but it was terrible. And the Flyers, poor Flyers. But Florida's a champion. The cup is still in America. It's America's Cup, and my son is here. That's right.
You two are a funny bunch. But yes, Bobrovsky stood on his head, and it all comes down to goaltending. When you see these Florida teams, what was it? What the hell is the goalie for the Lightning? Was it? No. He's a Russian. He's a Russian, isn't he?
Yeah, he killed the Islanders.
Andrei Vasilevsky.
Vasilevsky, yeah. Destroyed the Islanders both years.
So it comes down to goaltending, and Florida, Bobrovsky stood on his head, and same thing with.
Skinner was terrible. They pull him, they put him back in. Edmonton needs to go look for a goaltender. If they want to win a cup, they need a goaltender. They'll outscore everybody in the West. But when it comes
and they need their superstar, and I mean superstar, to play better. McDavid was terrible.
That too. I'm not going to discredit McDavid laying an absolute egg in the series, but the goaltending was terrible. I mean, some of the goals Florida scored, I'm like, come on, even I could have saved that. A drunk John Mayer sleeping probably could have saved some of those shots with his big head. It's just like, my God, how do some of these shots get through? It's awful. Oh, and look, Theo's here. Hello, Theo. We got all these guest stars here today. But, yes, the hockey season is come and gone. The draft is next week. The Islanders hopefully will be taking Schefter because we need a good, solid defenseman for the next 10 years. And the Devils will screw up and take nobody again because the Devils stink. That's a shame.
The Devils are better than you. That's fine.
Nah. You got Hughes. He'll hopefully play a healthy year for once.
No, that's not allowed. He's not allowed to play a healthy season.
Matt Martin retired today.
He sure did, yes.
Yes, that'll free up some cap for the Islanders.
Oh, I know. People are really going to be running to play for the fish sticks. Yeah, totally.
Yes. So while I have my son here, we had a big debate about LeBron and Jordan. So I'm going to ask you, Mr. WFAN, who would you rather have on your team, LeBron or Jordan?
I'm picking LeBron because he guards all 5 positions.
Fraud. You guys are such fraud. Nobody over 30 can take Jordan. Your young kids are just absolutely unreal. So you're telling me you're going to start a franchise and you're going to take LeBron over Jordan?
Yeah, 1,000%. I'm taking LeBron James.
LeBron had to play for a city that he was born in.
What do you mean he had to? He got drafted there.
Yeah, he got drafted to a poverty franchise, had bums on his team for years on end, took that bum poverty franchise to the finals in his third year, and had to go against the Spurs. Granted, still had
that is very true. The JoJo Sitta, little mini genius hat. Where was the little mini genius?
He's not the original genius. Let's not go that far. You got to earn to be the genius,
but he is correct. This is why I hear this crap all the time from the older Jordan people. Oh, bring out the cane for Michael Jordan. My man was playing
Jordan play.
My man was playing plumbers. I don't want to hear it. Plumbers. Yes, correct.
Charles Barkley.
Old NBA fans.
I know. Yeah, Charles Barkley, who won nothing. Yes. All right. Next.
He won nothing because he had to go against Jordan every year. Keep going.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep naming. Keep going. Keep going.
Never had to play Hakeem once. Never had to.
Clyde Drexler.
Clyde, a bunch of bums. Look, the only real team that the Jordan faced was the '98 Jazz. It was an old Lakers
Stockton
team
and Malone
with an overrated Magic
Sean
Johnson, a shitty Blazers team. The Suns team was good, but I mean they had Dan Marley, Jordan.
He played a bunch of bums. He played against a bunch of bums.
What are these guys today? None of them play defense. Sorry
to tell you, we've seen two of the greatest players in this generation. Steph Curry and LeBron James in this generation. Two of the best ever to do it. Who does Michael have? Kobe Bryant. Like, who else did MJ have?
Don't sit here and tell me they would have the kind of stats they would if they played back in the 80s and 90s.
They sure. And by the way, for you old hags that say, oh, LeBron wouldn't last in this league. Have you looked at LeBron's
I never said that.
body type? No. The old Jordan people, that's what they like, quote, you think LeBron would last? Do you see him flopping? You see what he looks like? He'd last just fine in the Farmers League that the NBA was.
LeBron is like 285, running like a 4.3 down the court.
He's got a body like me.
He's nuts in everyone's mouth.
He's a freight train. And the thing is, he can guard 1 through 5. MJ could not guard 1 through 5.
Jordan.
And by the way, you say starting
guard 1 through 5.
By the way, you said in starting a franchise. Oh yeah, let me take the guy who's number 1 in every single stat known to man. And by the way, he's still playing at this high of a level in over 20 years in the league. Yeah, I'm taking LeBron James. Thank you to start my franchise.
LeBron. These two are idiots, pure and simple. There's just no other way to put it.
The one.
Yes. Let's play that card. Yes, the two idiots. No. Again, who was his co-star in Cleveland till he left? Please remind me. Who was good in Cleveland?
Kyrie Irving?
Hurt.
No, wrong. Wrong. When I said when he was
first, they're all plumbers now, as you like to say.
Who was on his team in Cleveland when he first got drafted before he left? What was his best player?
He was one of the best centers in the league at the time.
Who?
Ilgauskas. The 7-foot center. God, wow, whatever his name is.
Oh, God, you're terrible. Yeah, his best player was Mo Williams next to him. Williams.
Jordan didn't win titles when he first came in the league. He had to go through Detroit.
Oh, I know, and he had to wait for Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman to pop out of his ass.
Hey, they made a good move getting Rodman. Did they not? They won 3 titles with him.
I know they needed Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen. I know he needed the help. I know he wanted to drag the Chicago Bulls to the finals without any of those two.
You didn't win without them, so yes, you need a team. You need a basketball team. LeBron didn't have a team. Why don't get this damn dog out of here? What the hell?
Nah, the dogs bring more. The dogs bring more to the table than your ass. The dogs bring more to the table than your ass. You're terrible.
Michael Jordan had all.
Terrible.
All time, he had an 11-time first team all defensive player in Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, it's not close. I'm sorry. They're both fantastic in their own right.
LeBron didn't have Wade and Bosh.
LeBron did have Wade and Bosh. Yes. Oh, Anthony Davis. Yes.
Anthony Davis. Yes. Their third best player was what? Trevor Ariza or they had bums. Dwight Howard, bunch of old bums.
Oh, you're forgetting J.R. Smith, the stud from Lakewood.
Yeah, I'm taking LeBron. It's not even a debate. In the longevity,
losers.
Yeah, I know, a bunch of losers. The longevity. If I'm getting 20 years of LeBron, and by the way, he hasn't even taken a step down. He's still one of the best players in the league. In
How many
over
years
10
do he
years.
has left?
How many years? I don't know.
Yeah.
1 or 2.
5. My God.
No, I think he could play for another 5. I don't know.
I think he could play for
Is his
5.
son ever going to be decent? Are we going to see Bronny?
Who gives a shit about Bronny?
Yeah, why are we talking about? Why are we talking? Oh, you want to talk? By the way, LeBron got his son to the league. What did MJ's kids turn into? Okay. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
Arrested.
And Phil, you got hosted by your own son again.
I did.
Ass clown.
He'll sit here and like when he's losing an argument too bad, he'll tell me like Charles Barkley's greater all time than LeBron.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna pull a Shaq card. And what do you win? What do you win? Okay, yeah.
Terrible.
Shameful.
Charles.
Shameful generation.
Well, speaking of shameful, we'll transition before we end the show here because I do have to learn.
We have to go to dinner. We got to get a little baseball in.
Guys only been
yes, we do have to talk some shitty baseball, local baseball. And I'll give you the floor for your wonderful time to rant about the Yankees. Phil, the floor is yours.
Yes, Giancarlo Stanton comes back. He's hitting the hell out of the ball. What happens? Boone has to sit him for a day of rest. His 4th game back needs a day of rest. He got at least 2 hits in every game. Let's rest Stanton. Why? I don't know. But he rests Stanton, and Stanton has been terrible ever since. Why managers sit hot hitters? I can't understand it. I never will understand it. It should be written in the rules. If your player has 2 hits the day before, you cannot bench him for rest. It is an absolute atrocious thing to do. I can't stand it. And these managers do it all the time. It just really bastardizes the game. Speaking of bastards, you Met fans must be sick right now. What did the genius say last week? That the Mets should go at least 7-3 on this trip, playing Atlanta and Philly in the next 10 games. What has happened? You got swept by Atlanta. You lost 2 out of 3 to Philly, and then you lost to Atlanta again last night. You guys are sinking fast. When you guys play real teams, you stink. You Met fans stink. Like a hot summer day, sitting next to John and Arnie in the garage. There's nothing but, you guys stink. Putrid. You Met fans, you all suck.
Yeah, the Mets do suck. And by the way, these ass clowns, I know Corbin Burns got hurt. Why did they not go out and get an ace? Like, what, did you think throwing Kodai Senga's potato chip ass and Griffin Canning and Tyler McGill and David Peterson, you thought these bums were going to carry the Mets to the World Series? God almighty.
You gave Soto $760 million. Even the bank's got to end somewhere, even for billionaires. I mean, you give someone $750 million, you got to cut somewhere. I mean, come on. Let's not, let's face the facts. Money does talk.
I get it. You can't spend the money everywhere.
You give another pitcher a $300 million contract.
They thought this was
$3 in one off season.
They thought this was the idea of just giving Juan Soto all this money and not touching the pitching staff at all. That's been horrible.
The Mets had to take back some back pages. And by the way, next weekend, 4th of July weekend, that's going to be fun. The Yankees Mets. I can't wait for that. But when you give someone that much money, I mean, what are you going to do with the rest of the team? I mean, look what Boston did. They ended up bringing up all these kids. They really couldn't sign anyone else with Devers. And then Devers said, I'm not going to play in the other positions. And then they trade Devers. Now they just got, $350 million off the books. They got nothing back in return. But they eliminated a cancer. And I hate to say it, Boston's going to be good again real soon once they get some arms. And they're going to be scary. I hate to say it. I hate Boston with a passion. But they did the right thing. Do you see the Mets trading Soto anytime soon? Right now, no. I don't think anybody's going to take that contract, especially the way he's playing. But it's going to be hard for the Mets to sign people. I mean, you got Alonso in the offseason. What are you going to do with him, Met fans? You're going to put some bum at first base? Or maybe you could put 38-year-old Mark Vientos, who's having a terrible season. By the way, the genius called that regression year for Vientos. He stinks this year, Met fans. Maybe you could go stick him at first base and put Mauricio at third. Bottom line, the team is ass. The Mets are terrible. They've played nothing but bums the first few months of the season. You play real teams, all of a sudden you lose. You lose to Atlanta. You lose to Philly. You're going to lose to Atlanta. And then you're going to get swept by the Yankees again this weekend. And we're going to enjoy a beautiful 4th of July. That's right.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And we'll be back again next week. And we'll be, I think, live Monday. I think you said Monday.
Yes, Monday will be good next week.
We'll be back again Monday. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. And we'll be back again next week. See you, everybody.
Have a good week, everybody. The Genius thanks you for tuning in.